Hi, welcome to another edition of Extor Junction. Well, here we are, third of the year in now. It's well into May, and the weather's been lovely, and we've all been getting around, I think, and we certainly have. And I don't know, how much time have we had to spend with model railways? Well, we've been doing one or two exhibitions. We've done, I don't know, where have we been? We've been to Birchington, and we've actually got the Hornby event coming up, not only a few weeks away. That's the big event in the Hornby factory, and they're opening up the one-to-one collection. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, you need to really get a move on, because they're selling out fast. And I know there's a whole load of other things lined up with the big railways, and we are going for a day train spotting up in Peterborough, and that'll be interesting. Watch some of the big stuff going through. But what are we going to be doing today? Well, we've actually got a bit of soldering to do with some chips to put in. We've picked up some cheap engines. One or two new ones, a lovely Manor. Family bought me the Manor for my birthday. I picked up a King Arthur at a very reasonable price, as I did with a West Country up at Ashford. That was the other big event, the 2-day event at Ashford for the 200 rails anniversary, and that was great. We had a great time there with some nice people, and that takes place every year. So if you haven't been, next year, April, head for Ashford. Right, okay. So let's get it busy, and I'll show you one or two engines. Brand new West Country on the line, Weymouth, going back onto her train at Padrickstow, 6 foot short, back onto the coaches, and now it should be pulling forward away to go out onto the main line. Pulled up at the home signal. Let's talk buying engines. You know, a lot of engines now are up around the £300 mark, and if you've got a family who want to just start in model railways, I mean, that is ridiculous money, and I certainly wouldn't pay it. And interesting though, whenever I go to a model railway exhibition, I always look for a Bullard, West Country or Battle of Britain. I love them, and not enough, as you can see in the depot over there. You can see there are one or two Bullards lined up, and my other favourites down here, the Western Diesel Hydraulics. But Bullards are so hard to come by. And I've always complained, I go to an exhibition and, there's never any Bullards to buy. But I got up to Ashford for the Rail 200, and every stand I looked at, there were Bullards cheap. And I picked up Weymouth. And it cost me, I think it was 85. And that's brand new. And that was off Southeastern Models. And they've got their own show at Chatham Dockyard coming up in a few weeks' time, by the way. They've put on a great show. But, so I picked up that one. The other thing I've always gone on about, and that's the Lima engines. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there have always said, you know, oh, Lima. I'm not buying Lima. Bloody load of rubbish. But let's face it, what do we want? We want an engine on the front of a train to do its job. Yeah, I know you watch some people's channels on here and, oh, I've just picked up the latest engine from Accuscale or one of the others, and they've just paid a huge amount of money because the windows have got to be just the right shape and they've got to have aerials and grills and, yeah, okay. But they don't do any more than any of the others do. Let's face it, we play trains. Well, no. We operate model railways. It's all the same thing. We enjoy what we do. It's a hobby. And at Birchington, one of my favourite stands, David Wills, and I've known him for years, had a look on his stand and he had a couple of Lima engines. They are class 50. It's a little bit tatty, but now you can get on eBay DCC chips for 12 quid. And don't say there must be a load of rubbish, because I've got several engines here that operate on them and they work absolutely fine. So there's a class 50. And I know my son Nigel, who is the camera operator, say hi.
Hi.
He wants to change this one to Fearless. That's one of his favourites. And my favourite diesel class, the class 52 diesel hydraulic. And this one is Western Lady. And I spent a lot of time on holiday back in the 70s chasing Westerns all over Cornwall. Oh, wonderful engines. And they really are missed. And, you know, I always remember the rail tour Western China Clay out of Paddington on a December night at midnight with frost and ice and the train overnight having no heating and nothing to eat. But it was a great 2 days away. But I love the Westerns. And this is a Lima. Somebody's had an attempt to weather it, but it's not too bad. How much do you think they cost me? They cost me 25 quid an engine. You put a chip in, 25, 35, 37 pounds for a fully working chipped engine on your layout. And they do work well. So, you know, don't knock it. If you need a loco, you know, in a way, those are prices that most people can afford. I can't afford the dear engines. I'm now retired and, you know, you have to watch what you spend on. And so I've always loved model railways, and I've had model railways since I was very, very young. My brother had model railways and my dad was into railways, and of course that led to me finishing up being a train driver. So I've always played with trains. And for those who don't know it, my brother and myself started the group and we bought the Battle of Britain Manston. So, you know, with the big stuff as well. Anyway, let's watch some more trains moving. I think you've heard enough of me. Here we have the Daypole Manor, which was bought for me for my birthday this year. that's about it for another one. Not bad, was it, Nigel?
No.
No. Few good shots there. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, have a good summer. I think it's going to be a hot one, so I don't know about spending time up here on roast. Be back to the garden railway, I think. Clearing up leaves, Nigel. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget, put your comments. If you want to make a comment, good or bad, you know, we learn from them. We'll reply. We'll talk to anybody. So, from me, Bob, and
me, Nigel.
Till next time, have a happy railway summer. Bye. Bye.
Bye.